We go now to Maggie Rogers, Executive Director of Catholic Charities in the Diocese of Saint Petersburg, Florida. Maggie, thank you so much for joining us today. And first off, I want to say that we're all thinking about you all and praying for you all down there in Florida.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Maggie, can you kind of give us an update right now on how Catholic Charities is kind of gearing up and getting ready to respond to the hurricane?
Right. We prepare months in advance for the hurricane season. And so collectively, we have about 42, 44 locations between our housing and our programs, our medical clinics, and our homeless shelters. And so we're prepared well in advance. Once we hear that a storm, a potential hurricane is headed our way, then we activate our staff and everybody, goes into Operation Hurricane, and we get as ready as we possibly can for the day. Two of our shelters did have to evacuate, and so that is a lot of work, a lot of moving pieces. But we were done evacuating within 24 hours.
What are you anticipating? I know you don't really know just yet, but what are you anticipating to be the biggest needs?
Definitely there's going to be some flooding. So we are concerned about damage to our property. The clients are going to need a lot of, they're dry, the sheets, towels, blankets, new socks, things like that are definitely going to be in need. We don't know what the platforms will look like once we go back to the shelters that the tents are on. We don't know. We did collapse all of the tents and they are nailed down, but we don't know what that will look like until we get back to the property.
Can you give us an idea of how many people in the area, how many people that you serve?
Right. So collectively, altogether, we serve about 16,000 folks a year. The two shelters that we're mostly concerned with that we had to evacuate is about 400 people.
And Maggie, I know a lot of folks are watching right now and wondering what they can do to help. How can they do so?
Definitely, we will need donations. And so if they could donate, and they can do that by texting Hurricane Ian to 91999. Or, of course, they can visit our website at ccdosp.org.
And Maggie, before I let you go, I want to talk about this because, we've been hearing this is going to be catastrophic, this storm, and something not seen in many years, if at all. I know that you've been with Catholic Charities for almost a decade now in Florida. Can you compare this to anything that you've seen before and that you've responded to?
Yes, the last time locally that we had to go through this was Hurricane Irma. Where we evacuated both of the shelters. And so we learned from that experience, and I'm sure we'll learn from this one. And regardless of where the hurricane hits, we will be there for our neighbors. And right now it looks like it's going to go to Venice, and so we'll be there for them following the storm.
Maggie, what are you most concerned about when it comes to this storm?
Flooding, storm surge, those that were homeless that didn't seek emergency shelter. The damage to our neighbors that are, even if they are living in homes, flooding, roofs, things like that.
And I know, as mentioned, the storm's going to hit, but then of course there's stuff that comes after the storm. Mm-hmm. People are going to need help afterwards. What are you anticipating those needs being?
I would imagine roof damage, flooding, so construction. I would imagine, they'll need assistance with, not only home repairs, but the things that they lost inside, businesses that are closed if they're not getting paid while they're at home. So they'll definitely need Catholic Charities to step in.
And anything else that maybe you want our viewers to know that we haven't talked about just yet?
No, other than, we just appreciate the prayers and their support and that once the storm is over, we will definitely need them.
Well, Maggie, thank you for taking the time to speak with us today. We know you have a lot going on and we're praying for all of you down there. God bless you.
Thank you.